This week has been stacked with releases with Pragmata, Mouse PI for Hire, Windrose, but the one I keep coming back to has been Vampire Crawlers. And this video is going to answer the one simple question: should you actually buy this new roguelike dungeon crawler? Because on paper, you already know what this is. If you played Vampire Survivors, you know the formula, the bullet heaven, horde survival, roguelike chaos. But with Vampire Crawlers, it flips one key piece of that formula on its head. It turns the entire progression system into a deck builder. And that sounds like a small change, but it completely changes how this game feels. In Vampire Survivor, there's a point in almost every single run where you become so overpowered that you just stand still and watch everything die around you. You essentially hit a ceiling, and after that, you basically are waiting for the timer to run out, or you're trying to take down the Reapers at the very end of the game. Vampire Crawlers doesn't really let you do that. You're constantly making decisions, constantly adjusting your build, and your runs feel way less predictable. It feels more active, more intentional, and honestly, it's a lot more replayable. So the question is, does that change actually make it better, or is it just different? And more importantly, is it worth your money? Welcome back, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Stu. I break down the games I'm playing, what's happening in the industry, and where all of this is heading in my opinion. If you're into that in video games, consider subscribing to the channel and joining the corner. Alright, so first things first, we've got to talk about the gameplay loop in Vampire Crawlers, because this is where the game really separates itself from its predecessor. At its core, it is truly a deck builder. If you played games like Slay the Spire or Balatro, you'll feel right at home with this game. You're building a deck, making decisions as you go, and trying to put together something that can carry you through the run. But the twist here isn't just the cards, it's how the runs are actually structured in this game. Instead of being locked into a fixed path like most deck builders, Vampire Crawlers drops you into a map and just pretty much lets you go. You choose how you want to approach each run. If you want to rush straight to the boss, you can do that. If you want to clear out every single enemy on the map, you can do that as well. There's a level of freedom here that most games in this genre just do not have, and that one change makes each run feel way more personal and honestly a lot more fun. Next up is the progression system, and this is where Vampire Crawlers really started to win me over. Earlier I mentioned Slay the Spire, and I think that's the best comparison for a game like this. It's also probably the most well-known roguelike deck builder in the genre, but honestly, the progression in the game just really never fully clicked for me. This one does completely, and it really comes down to how you unlock new tools and upgrades, and there are basically three ways to do it. You can discover things naturally during battles, find them by exploring and bringing parts of the map, or you can spend gold to unlock permanent upgrades. And those permanent upgrades matter a ton. They just don't feel like small bonuses, they actually scale your runs in a noticeable way as you keep playing. So instead of feeling like you're starting from scratch every single time, there's a real sense of momentum building with every single run that you do. And that makes the whole experience feel a lot more rewarding over time. Next up, and this is pretty much a staple for every single deck builder, it's going to be the characters. Just like in Vampire Survivors, Vampire Crawlers gives you a wide range of characters to choose from, and each one has unique abilities that completely change how you approach a run. And it's not just a small difference either. Switching characters can genuinely force you to rethink your entire strategy. The way you build your deck, how aggressive you play for each run, what paths you take, and it all shifts depending on what you're using. And for me, that's what really pushes this into one of my favorite roguelike experiences I've played so far. It adds a ton of replayability without feeling repetitive. And honestly, when you factor in the price, this game is currently being sold for $10. I think this is kind of a no-brainer. If you're into roguelikes, deck builders, or just want something that's easy to pick up and play on the go, this is an absolute must play. If you like playing games on the PS Portal, Steam Deck, Switch, anything that's portable, this is my recommendation. Vampire Crawlers is a 100% must buy for me right now. I'm only about 4 hours into the game so far, and I've genuinely struggled to even put it down, which is always a good sign. There are very few flaws so far that I found, and everything from the gameplay loop to the progression just keeps pulling me back into the game. If you're even slightly interested in roguelikes or deck builders, this is one of those games that is very easy to recommend. And if you made it this far, don't click off the video just yet. Watch the video that's on the screen right now. In that one, break down the bigger shift happening in gaming right now and why games like this one are starting to stand out more and more. Trust me, it connects directly to everything we just talked about here. Thanks for stopping by the corner. Peace.